Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I go by the name of Caution Mr. 700. I'll stop the beat and bring it back. Round of applause for myself. I'm here with my brother Bryson Boom Paul. Tapped into the Already Not Like Us podcast, episode 3.
Already.
No guests, no extra, just crack. You know what I'm saying? We in the era of crack music again. Hey. Shout out to the Clipse for a very nostalgic, very take me back down memory lane.
Man,
I seen Justin Bieber say that. I seen him say that this album is for old heads that still shop at Kith and Union or something like that. So yeah, shout out to him for the dig.
He took that shit down so fast.
He did.
He didn't want no smoke.
Chill out, bro. Chill out.
He said, "I don't want no smoke with y'all." Man.
Yeah, man. I think culturally, the Clipse are a part of what the culture has been about for a while, and like I think when you see an artist or a group or something like that comes out, you kind of just check it out and see what they talking about, because we don't have a lot of those kind of albums anymore where we still have that urge to go listen to it. And like you just said, it has the replay value that most don't have. So yeah, we in a different era of that. I thought they did a good job of keeping the album very Clipse-like.
The rollout was great.
Yeah.
The rollout was very impactful. I gotta say, the rollout was amazing. They did. Only thing I didn't like about the rollout was not their fault, but I didn't like the fact that most of the interviews that they did asked them pretty much the same question. The exact same question.
Yeah.
Like, all right, your beef with who? Like, what did you? How did this come together after 16 years?
Right.
And like, they didn't ask them nothing like outside of the parameters of, what's the Kendrick verse about? Like, what's this going on? How do you feel about this artist? Like, they didn't dig
deep at all. It was like surface level questions, as if this was the first interview that they did on their press run every time.
Right.
It was like, this is the first time we talked to them in years. Let's get these questions out. I think the one thing that I'm glad that they got away from in the interviews was Push's disdain for certain people.
Yeah.
Because I think he has this stigma that every time he drops music, he has to diss somebody, or he has to be beefing with somebody or something like that. So I think it was good to kind of see that he took a different approach after a while and like left the Travis Scott thing alone. Because nobody wants to see you beef with Travis Scott. I don't really care about that. I don't want to see you beef with Kanye West either.
His fan base, or the Clipse fan base, don't care to see him beef with
that's not a thing that we look for. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we looking for.
But it was like, obviously the rollout started out with him explaining like his split from Kanye, and that went on for whatever long. And then, what's y'all issues? Y'all still got issues with Drake, and you got Kendrick on these songs. You got this. Like, it was more about that. Whereas it didn't really talk. Like, barely anybody talked about the album. Like, just outside of y'all made the whole album in Paris, but they didn't really get to talk to any real Clip fans. I think the only person I think they talked to that was a Clipse stan was Bootleg Kev.
Right.
Everybody else was more like, we know who the Clipse is. We know, like,
but
it's them getting back together.
Right. It didn't have I think the one thing that they missed out on was like, they tapped in with a lot of black media, because they tapped in with Joe. They did. They tapped in with a lot of them. And I think that's smart too, to go to that realm and be able to do that kind of stuff. But no, I thought the album was very nostalgic. I thought it fit the bill as far as what a Clipse album is about. It was produced entirely by Pharrell. And so that's another part of it that I appreciated. Like, being able to get that sound, because the difference between a Clipse album and a Pharrell project, or a Nerd, or whatever, Khalees, or Justin Timberlake, or whoever Pharrell was working with, the Clipse albums always sounded different.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, they all had a different sound than what Pharrell normally does, and I think that they managed to bring him back to this side, because Pharrell has been on the major production of movies and soundtracks and, big singles, and I don't think he's had, like, he ain't been down here in a while.
He hasn't had the chance in a long time to solely work on one album, like an artist album.
Yeah, like, that's true.
And Pusha said that recently in the Joe Budden podcast, where he was like, I only want to work with producers that only want to work on just the album part. But I feel like he gonna, no matter what, the Clipse make another album, I think it's gonna be just Pharrell producing it.
It's gonna have to be. I mean, that's the history of it. Like, it's always been that way.
I feel like he's the only one that knows how to. He's still relevant today to where he knows how to evolve the duo and not make it seem like, oh, we going back to the early 2000s. Not to say that, because Lord willing, is you can play that today and still be
popping up on my
heat. Like Hell Has No Fury is still be one of those like for the real rap heads and stuff like that. But
I saw today that it was set to do about 90,000 in the first week.
So they did. So they did 90,000 in the first week, but it was interesting because 40,000 of it was pure sales. So it was like
niggas
they went out there and got it. Yeah,
that's what this shit is about, bro.
Yeah.
Go out and get the fucking prize. But that shows the music of our era. Like, that's how we used to support the artists back when they were at their heights. We went out and bought the project. The last Clipse album that I had, I bought it. I didn't go listen to it or stream it. You know what I'm saying? So now, did this album, is this resurrecting the Unc Era of rap, as we want to call it? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like, are we bringing back everybody? Is this the game how we see it?
It was already here to begin with. It's just now with the Clipse showing that, look, we like, this is not going away for a while. Like, I saw somebody on social media post that they was like, yo, this is the first time that the old heads is out here kicking the young artist's ass on the albums. Like, LL Cool J dropped the album and that it was phenomenal. Like Exhibit dropped the album. Like, people, like, I think we're in our age group is obviously, we grew up on those people like Exhibit and the Clipse and LL Cool J. I mean, LL Cool J was already
he's like the
prime,
era before our era. Yeah, for real.
He was already up before that. But he was still able to compete with the young, or he was still in a generation that was like, because he started so young. He started at 15. He was doing arenas at 15, and then
Why isn't he more higher on people's greatest of all time list? I don't understand how people overlook LL and his significance in hip hop.
I mean, he was in the beginning of hip hop, and then by the time the early 2000s, which was prime commercial hip hop, and that was when hip hop was the biggest it'll ever be, the most influential and most impactful as it ever be, is in between 99 to 2006, 2007. Like, he was already who he was. He had already established his legacy. So
started Def Jam. So he kicked that shit off.
And then when he came back out during that time, it was already, he was like, I'm just doing this to show you I can still do it. I can still beat Uncle L. And
and he did it again. Like, he came back again late 90s, early 2000s, and was still as relevant and still putting out music that was still charting. You know what I'm saying? That was still selling. He was still on tours. Like, to this day, I think LL needs to get a lot more of his flowers, bro. Like, we gotta hail these men for what they did in this culture, because as you see now, it's turning into something completely different. And I'm not saying bad. I'm not one of those niggas, but it's so different that I feel like we the further we get away from it, the more we lose our identity with it. So I think people like that need to be, we making these lists of the top 100, top 50 rappers all time. Like, stop putting the niggas who came early in the game at the bottom or missing the list at all because of this recency bias. But
I mean, Slick Rick dropped the album 2 weeks ago. People were talking about that. Nas put out a whole series.
Yeah, Nas is like the epitome of like, stop talking about old niggas rap.
Right.
Like, the Between Kings disease and all that, bro. Like, he definitely. But
I think it shows that it's showing now that artists, even the new artists that are coming out now, it's showing them that, look, as long as you maintain your fan base, as long as you maintain relevancy within your fan base, you could do this until you 60 years old or 70 years old or whatever.
Don't put a time limit on yourself.
And you don't have to put out music as consistently to maintain that relevancy. Like, it also works that you take some time off, grow, learn, mature, and then come back out with music, and your fans will still be there, and they'll appreciate the time that you took to make this music because it's still good.
Facts.
So like Nelly and them doing a whole world, I don't know if it's a world tour, but they doing a whole nationwide tour where it's Nelly, Ja Rule, Fabulous, like all these people that were cracking in the early, like in the early 2000s, and people are selling out these shows.
Oh yeah, because people want to see that shit. Yeah, people want to see that shit. And even when you see the tours, like the Bow Wow shit, what is the shit Bow Wow does all the time? What is that shit called?
The Millennium Tour.
The Millennium Tour. You see how that continue to add the nostalgic artists in there, because it's like, bro, it's money on the road. These people still remember us. And then there was that
conversation. Love their music. They be like, I listen to this at home.
And then think about that conversation that just happened. I seen some people talking about how they want DJs to stop playing the old music in the clubs. But it's like the DJs is like, no, this is the music that people want to hear. This is what got people moving.
It's actually safe.
You see what I'm saying? Like we can play this shit. Like this isn't something
you can't go in the club and play Playboy Cardi like that.
Nah, because I don't know this shit. And
even you don't know that. You can't go in there because like it's the energy that you're going to attract. Whereas what's the whole point of going? What's the whole point of a nightclub? Is for you to drink and
vibe.
Mingle.
I'm trying to vibe in here.
Now, I mean, obviously nightclubs have changed drastically since when we was going out to now. Facts. Like now it's more of a, like you said, it's more to catch a vibe. You'll buy a section, just have hookah and drinks and just sit there. And whereas when we first started going out, like at 16, 17, 18, it was literally about going and, dancing and doing all that. It was no hookah, it was no drinks, it was no alcohol or nothing like that. It was just pure energy. You out there trying to be around everybody like it's a real party and whatnot. So
facts. Here's another question that I wanted to pose, and I think we'll make this one quick. It's a very quick question and answer. And then what I want your top 5 from this category when I give it to you.
Right.
So we did see a post. I don't know whose post it was. You brought it up. If you want to credit them right now, you know how people get. We don't credit them for their shit.
Right.
But there was an interesting post that suggested that Yellow Beezy is the biggest, greatest artist from Texas of all time.
Which Yellow responded to it too.
What did he say?
He said he was a student of the game. He wasn't trying to take no credit.
Smart guy.
He wasn't trying to take no
Now, I will say probably no. If he was asking me the question, I would say no. And I'm not saying no like, oh, hell no, he trash. Fuck that. No, I'm not saying no in that order. What I'm saying is to the respect of the others that do have equal or greater work, I won't just say he's one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I will say he's one of. If we're just speaking about one of.
Look, I would say
top 5.
Nah. It would be, if it was top 5.
One would be who?
It would
Erica.
Texas. Just Texas in general. That's a lot. And then we talking about from the beginning of rap to now, or are we just talking about?
I'm talking about day? Ever.
No, he could. I mean, it's too many artists that can't. That's clumping in. UGK.
Shit. Because you got to throw they got Willie Nelson on here, fucking Stevie Ray Vaughan, Waylon Jennings.
Shit.
You got Beyonce on this list. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah,
Selena. There's so many people. George Strait.
No, he can't. Yeah, he ain't.
Pantera. Barry White is from Texas.
Now he has. I'll give him that. He has nothing. Or it can be said that he has definitely solidified a legacy,
right?
Already.
So if you want to go, so don't say artist of all time, because he's not. His picture ain't even pop up on this list when I put in artist. So it was like, nigga, who you think you talk about? Like these are the artists that popped up. Beyonce's number 1 on this list. Let's just put Beyonce at the top of the list,
right?
Like I don't really care how you form that. Like if you talking about artists from Texas,
but I don't even. If we doing Texas, I don't think Beyonce would be at the top of the list either. Though.
Who would it be? Who's bigger than Beyonce that's from here?
I mean, but legendary, that's like, you talking about country music, everything.
Ever, bro. I'm looking at this list of everybody ever.
I mean, Beyonce could be argued, obviously. She could be
top
argued.
5 at least.
Top 2. Yeah, she could be top 2, I would say. But, I mean, Willie Nelson, you can't take away credit for Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson is definitely top 2.
Yeah, so you can't take that away. And then it's all kinds of country artists that are probably bigger than all them old heads from back in the day.
So, according to this, George Strait is arguably the biggest Texas music icon of all time.
Yeah, look,
sold over 120 million records worldwide,
and that's physical. Yeah. Like that's not no physical copies. Like he has sold that many records. He probably still touring to this day. Yeah,
they say that his contributions to music history, his commercial dominance and lasting impact on country music place him at the forefront of Texas music icons. So they put him ahead of artists like Willie Nelson, Beyonce, and Buddy Holly. So that's on that list. That's what we're looking at. Now, if we're gonna go rappers, if I'm gonna talk about biggest rappers, and we're gonna include impact as well as records sold, whatever, I'm gonna always put DOC at the top. He's probably the only one of these niggas that got a movie made after him.
I guess.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't think DOC does count as one of the biggest Texas rappers because he came from Texas,
right?
And he
wrote some of the biggest workers of all time.
He wrote some of the biggest hip hop songs ever, pretty much. Or some of the biggest rap songs, not hip hop songs. He wrote some of the biggest rap songs, the most influential, the most impactful rap songs ever. True. But he will always have an asterisk because he didn't come out like being recognized as a Texas artist. He was literally, being that we wasn't as privy to research back then, when I first heard DOC, I thought he was a West Coast. Yes, I thought he was a West Coast rapper.
Like that's always been what I've said. Yeah.
He didn't, make it known like that, or maybe back in the day, like wherever the gimmick was, or however the label wanted to put it.
Right.
But I didn't find out he was from Texas until way later on, until I was like older and was able to research history of hip hop and whatnot. But
if I'm gonna say but all right, let's take biggest rapper from Texas, right? And I'm gonna name these names, and then you tell me, do you feel like he's a bigger rapper if we just go by the rapper term than these people? Travis Scott.
Who, DOC? Or
no, Yella Beezy. Is he bigger than Travis Scott? Hell no.
But not necessarily, but he has more of
the fact that you're even thinking about this.
Yeah, I'm thinking like as far as a worldwide scale, no, he's not a bigger Texas artist. But I think if we just talking about like, we got to definitely erase that whole thing, like as far as numbers, popularity.
Okay.
When I say that with hip hop, because hip hop was formed on the streets, it was formed in the communities.
I agree.
It wasn't like until it got commercialized is when you would identify somebody as being the biggest and the best based on numbers or whatever.
Basing it on
whereas,
but even with cultural impact though.
Cultural impact. No, he is not bigger than.
Yella
Beezy is not bigger than.
He's a better rapper than Travis Scott.
Yeah, he's a better rapper. Obviously, he's a better rapper than Travis Scott. But
I'll give him that.
He's not a bigger artist than Travis Scott, obviously. But Yella Beezy is a bigger Texas artist than Travis Scott is, I would say, as far as, because Travis got popping and he wasn't nowhere near in Texas. He was in New York and doing all this other stuff. Whereas I don't think Yella ever left Texas to become the artist that he is
did
today.
All that. It was all
he did it all on his back in his home turf and stomping grounds, which I credit as the community would be more behind him than a Travis Scott would be. Then they would be behind a Travis Scott, because obviously Travis Scott is a pop artist. Right. At the end of the day, he is a pop artist.
I would.
He just he just got through the door.
I don't put him on a bar for bar type of rapper.
He ain't barring nobody. No, he's not barring nobody.
You see what he tried to do with his comeback to Pusha T. I'm like, bro, stop. This is not even worth it. But so the next artist
to credit who started this whole who started this whole topic is, his name is Leon Odiki.
Shout out to you, even though he butchering your name.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, but he pretty much created this trending topic, but it was Dallas Global that made
pushed it into what it is, right?
Into what it is on social media.
Shout out to you though. I love a good topic based on pure bias and hate for others, and that's what gets the people going. But Meg Thee Stallion, is he bigger than Meg Thee Stallion?
Nah. No.
Big X the plug.
Yes, he's bigger than. Not right now. He's not bigger than Big X the plug, but we talking.
He's
about,
not more relevant right now, but
he's not. If we talking
career wise, he's done more. Is what you feel?
Career wise, we talking about.
I can agree with that.
He is bigger than he's definitely pounded the pavement a lot longer.
Yeah, he's been out here on these. He's been out here outside.
That's not to say that
he can't catch up.
It's like an elevator, eventually whatever. So, but yeah.
So that puts it in perspective. I won't even bring up Post Malone because there's no reason to do that. There's no reason to do that. You gotta bring up
Post though, because Post was a rapper.
Ain't none of you niggas on this list got your own Raising Cane's. So that's where I'm gonna go with that.
None of y'all got your own Raising Cane's.
You can. If you talking about records and what people have done, tours, being across the world with this shit.
But
and
at the same time, it also counts that, obviously Post Malone would have an asterisk too. You know what? Post Malone, Megan Thee Stallion. Well, not Megan Thee Stallion. That's never been proven. But Post Malone, Travis Scott, all these other artists that we brought up. I guess at the end of the day, they use Ghostwriter. So if we sit there to the truest essence of hip hop,
it defaults back to Yella. Shouts back to that nigga Yella Beezy, the biggest artist in Texas, the greatest rapper.
It defaults back to him. So
shout out to that man. Okay, so that's how we determine it.
Yeah,
fuck that.
You got to go back. Like, hey, look, I ain't never heard of him having a Ghostwriter.
Right, ever, that's not on your palette, bro. So we're gonna give you that. You got that from us right now.
Like you said, you up one. You up one.
All right, so another outlandish ass topic.
But but you know what? Shout out to Eric Deep. He the one that wrote the article the next day that followed on the Dallas Observer saying, like, if Yella Beezy is the biggest Texas artist.
No, ever. Nice. Go check that out if you haven't already.
He followed up on that. He definitely did his job.
Gotta be quick, bro. Man. Listen, he got to it quickly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Gotta be quick with it.
And he was unbiased about it too. So
nice.
That's always a plus, man.
All right, so your boy Drake back in the news again. You know what I'm saying? How you feel about your boy Drake being back in the news?
Man,
he stays in the news though.
What did I miss?
So my boy says he gets on this tour, and Drake always gets all razzled up on these tours. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
he get on that stage.
It wasn't even a tour. He was a 3-night festival.
The wireless thing, yeah. He get up there with that bulletproof vest or overall set he be wearing up there.
What did I miss?
Bro got up there and said that the UK rappers are far superior.
No, he said, this is in verbatim.
What did he
said? The best lyricists come from London.
He
said the best lyricists come from London. And that was him pretty much giving his thoughts to Skepta initiating a challenge that says that the UK rappers can beat the American rappers.
He want to clash
in a rap
That's
battle.
what they call it. He want to clash.
And I commend Skepta. I commend him for sitting there throwing that challenge out there. That was unexpected. It was definitely unexpected. Nobody saw that coming in 2025.
Well, we never cared. That's a them thing though, and that we don't really care about that. We don't even listen enough to be able to say who's who.
We too busy fighting with ourselves.
That's what I'm saying. We want to kill. First of all, we want to kill each other first. We don't even listen to y'all niggas' music because we too busy trying to duck and dodge bullets over here on our own and like take each other out.
I mean, I think we were still. I think at the end of the day, like when Skepta made that challenge, it came off the time that. We had just got done with, sadly enough, we had just got done with the West Coast, East Coast rap battle that I felt could have gone a lot longer. I felt like more people.
He didn't have no help.
Nobody stepped out there though. Commendable for, Rayvon and AZ Sykes and everybody else to come out there and go against Joey. But I feel like Joey's experience and just overall skills just was overshadowing them to begin with. But like
I wouldn't have sent them out there.
I think Joey set himself up to battle Kendrick. I think he did enough to be like, I took out this person, like bring me who I came to see. It's pretty much on some John Wick shit. Like
I saw that Ab-Soul had a song about it, and I seen Reason had something to say.
Yeah.
But I think it was a little too late into it. I feel like they should have, if you was gonna jump off the porch with it.
I think Ab-Soul and YG was the only two people that were able to jump into it, that had the credibility to be like, he sliced their head off. Like, all right, well, now we gotta get the West Coast savior to come out.
Nobody
here.
on the East Coast really jumped in for Joey. They just let that man take that on.
CJ McFly or something like that.
But those are his people though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they jumped out there, but I don't think they thought it was a real East Coast West Coast beef until he would have to take out a legend. He would have to take out at least one more person from TDE before
it got somewhere else.
Before it got to Kendrick. So.
But no, I don't believe that UK artists are superior lyricists to, anybody. And I'm not saying that you all aren't great lyricists, but I think this just started here, bro. Like you can't come here and do something better than what we do. Like this is what we've created. This isn't something that just popped up and we liked it. Y'all niggas is like, y'all are like the Europeans that were on the Dream Team circuit when we come through, and you get to see it and you get to emulate it when we not here. Y'all are those niggas, and y'all become eventually it'll get close. Last year France was damn close to beating the USA.
Hey, but you know what? The US team did get beat before. They lost the gold.
Got dusted a couple times.
I think that
it's time for that?
Yeah, I think it has to do with whoever steps out there. Like obviously Jordan Lucas
was the first one.
He was the first one to say something. ASAP, I think Skepta was calling out ASAP Rocky though first.
He was.
And ASAP didn't say anything. He just ignored it. He like, all right, whatever.
Bro, come on. He's too far removed for that.
But I think ASAP could, I think ASAP could do it. He could pull it off. I think ASAP could challenge Skepta and make it a real challenge to where people will be that entertained. Now Jordan Lucas, I mean, he came out here. He's a lyricist. He's battled people before, but
we
I
didn't
feel like
want Joyner though.
I feel like Jordan Lucas didn't. I mean, maybe he's getting ready. He getting amped up to do a surgical summer like Pusha T was.
So you finna just keep going at him over and over again? Get Joyner up out of there. Joyner lost his battle. You should only be able to represent the U.S. if you won your last battle. And you lost to Tory Lanez. So you don't get to step out here with this shit, bro. Like you stay... Let ASAP take on that. But they had a list of people who they want to see. They put Kendrick on there versus some nigga I don't know.
I think Kendrick would be over. I think that would be overkill if you had Kendrick go out here and take on Skepta. I think that's overkill.
No, it was some other nigga that I'd never heard of that they said they want to see him against. They had Meg Thee Stallion against somebody from out there.
No, don't do that.
You know what I'm
she ain't got nothing to do with that. Let her live.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's an interesting conversation. I just don't really. I think that's a narrative for them. It's like the little brother thing, and like it is what it is. Y'all got artists like Central C and fucking all these people that come over here and are successful and able to get their shit off. So why not just continue to do that instead of making it a y'all versus us thing? This ain't the Olympics, nigga.
That if they gonna do this, they should really like
make it something.
No, if they gonna do it, obviously Skepta is one of the biggest artists in the UK period ever. Like if they gonna really do this and he step out there and do that, like y'all gotta get the biggest artists in hip hop to do it, not everybody just jumping out there to make a name for
Don't send Ray Vaughn out there. Yeah, we already seen it. All right. Don't send Ray Vaughn. I'm good. We seen what he had against Joey. Send Joey.
Look.
Shit, if you want somebody, apparently.
Joey can step out there.
He won his last battle.
He out there. He
gotta be about that. Drake can't go.
Drake can't go.
He can't go. Drake is on some fuck America shit. I'm telling y'all, I said this a couple times.
What Drake said, what killed me about Drake's statement was the fact that he said, no disrespect to America and no disrespect to my own country, but London is home for the best lyricists. I was like, damn, you ain't even gonna defend your own side? Like,
fuck the dot.
Yeah. Nah. I mean, you know what? Toronto turned their back on him, so I feel like he could say that.
You did say that the last time we was here. They did
Toronto
switch up on him.
Toronto turned his back on him, so I feel like
I forgot about that.
He might be well within his right to be like,
Smiley,
fuck y'all.
Fuck Cardinal Official, fuck all y'all niggas, bro.
Yeah. Y'all niggas didn't ride for me.
Top 5 got stabbed at the show. He probably said fuck him too.
y'all didn't ride for me.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so I get it.
Okay, that makes sense.
I get it.
Things just typically come together. They come together,
man. So
as we were talking about, there was a trend, like you said, people showing their kids, their children, the moms showing their children what they used to listen to back in their day when they were their age, right?
Yeah.
So if you could think about your earliest age that you started listening to hip hop, what would you say it was?
The radio. It was pretty much
Probably like 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying?
The radio. Being that's all we had in cars.
Yeah, we didn't have anything else.
We had radio. That's it.
And then once you got to an age,
we had radio and we had
music
jukebox.
videos. Yeah, the jukebox. Yeah. So, but there wasn't I never had that sense of like my mother telling me you can't listen to this. She would advise me not to, but she wouldn't be like, there wouldn't be like a hard no. You know what I'm saying? Or if it was, I would just do it anyway. I'm not going. Let's not play.
But at the time that we were growing up, we came up in a time where hip hop was still in its infancy.
Facts.
We came up and it was still evolving. Like it was in this. I guess it was in the second stage.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was in the second stage. That was when gangster rap came in and all that. So
yeah, and our parents were still fans of that shit too. So it was like they couldn't tell us not to listen to it if they were listening to it. We just be around them.
I honestly don't remember my mom being a fan of
hip hop at all.
Nah, I remember.
Oh, no, my mother definitely was.
Yeah, I remember she would like what's on the. She would obviously play the radio. She liked what's on the radio like that. But I remember her being like Prince and like all that. I remember her being a fan of like all the R&B stuff.
Right.
Like not really listening to. She didn't really listen. She listened to music, but it was from the radio or whatever.
She wasn't just out seeking.
She wasn't just out here seeking hip hop. Like sense. Let me see what they talking about.
Nah, I'd say that probably was the same with my mother. She would listen to what came on the radio. So she would be hip to like the new shit that they played on the radio. Right. So, but she was huge on like R&B, whether current or like older. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shit.
So we got hip to hip hop just through radio and TV and all that. But once we got a glimpse of it, then you start going in there and start looking for other stuff. Like start trying to figure out what this is and like, I try not to look back.
I try not to be that way with my own because I'm just like, well, I know you want to censor your kids from shit that's like truly offensive and shit that can really be harmful to them mentally. There's certain things I wouldn't have them listening to. Just we could rattle off a few things that just would be egregious for me too. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna play the Marshall Mathers LP for my son right now. You see what I'm saying?
Eventually I would like for you to remember going and either you had to sneak it or you would go buy it and not tell them what you was doing. Like, but this was when hip hop was that contagious. Yeah. But from the trend that they got going on now on social media is pretty much like mothers and fathers are letting their younger kids listen to the music that they listened to back in the day. So at first it was, the trends the songs that I've seen used in these trends is obviously the Nate Dogg's verse on Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None. And then Trina's and Trick Daddy's Don't Know Nair. Or Nair, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Or it's another song that was just like, Akinelli. Obviously, it was Akinelli. That's what it was. But I think they letting these kids listen to it because they listening to what they kids is listening to now. Right. And you like, okay, like this is a little like too much for you at this age. But it's funny because they're showing the reaction from their kids, and their kids is looking at them like, what were you doing at this age to be listening
to that? Like, you don't know. Nan is definitely like thinking about it now. How old I was when they came out.
Oh yeah, we was in high school, college, damn near by that time.
Were we? When did that come out?
Trina and them came out easily 2000. 2001, 2002 or something like that.
You sure? Well, yeah, probably so.
So they came out around that time. But just think about all the music that came out, all of
98, nigga.
So
I was
okay. So yeah, 12. You was in high school. Yeah. So you got that. You got Luke. Like ain't nobody comparing it. Ain't no artist today comparing to Luke and the 2 Live Crew.
Hell no.
Ain't nobody doing that. And then
Luke was a wild boy.
Snoop had Doggy Style.
Yeah.
Snoop had Doggy. That was pretty much the album of the 90s, pretty much. Facts. The album of the 90s was Doggy Style, regardless of people can say, it was Ready to Die, or blah, blah, blah.
Nah, it definitely was Doggy
Style. The most commercial album of the 90s, I'm sorry, is Doggy Style.
Yeah, definitely. There's no way around it.
And then even for us in high school, We had probably Masterpiece, Ghetto Dope,
DMX.
So DMX,
Flesh on my flesh.
So Dark as Hell is hot.
Whatever was lingering from the Tupac catalog,
and it only got worse from there. It only got worse from there.
Yeah, so I think now it's just the music that the kids listen to. I think what they've managed to do, which what we didn't have to do, was we were going to listen to the music that was out and that was popular from these artists. So you had, like you say, your DMXs, your Jay-Z's, your Ja Rules, your Snoop Dogg's, we had those people. Now the kids are like, the shit that they listen to, it's not anything that's playing on the radio. Like a lot of the music that I hear my daughters listen to is shit that I've never heard before, bro. These aren't artists that I see popping. I just be like, what are y'all listening to? Like, or something that may have popped on social media that it's not even something they play on the radio. It may just be an artist on social media, like TikTok that has a page.
Radio is gone for them.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
They like, what? Radio? I gotta wait for
this era is the biggest era of kids riding around in the car with headphones on. Like if you see kids in the car with their parents now, they all have on some kind of headphones. They are never listening to what's in the car. I listen to whatever I want to listen to in the car because my kids are not listening to what I'm listening to.
They don't want to listen to what you.
No, they good. No, hell no. What is that?
I ain't trying to hear that. Have you ever asked your kids what a parental advisory sticker is?
Hell no, they don't even know what a CD is or what they don't know. Music used to be a tangible thing that came in a package that you had to peel open with a sticker on top. They wouldn't know the half of it,
man. Or you couldn't buy. You tell your kid now, hey, do you know it was a time where I couldn't buy albums, I couldn't buy music because it had a parental advisory sticker on it. I had to have somebody buy it for me.
Somebody show your ID for me, please.
They gonna look at you and be like, what? What you mean?
Hell no.
You couldn't. No, I couldn't listen to. It was artists I couldn't listen to.
Right.
None of that.
All right. So we can get to the Not Like Us section. You know, they not like us, as Bryson formatively called it.
Yep, they not like us. This is the second time we gonna do this. So.
Second run at this. So I'll let you present the question that you had, man.
Man, we go
with the Texas one first.
The Texas one was
being that we aren't from Texas.
Yes, being that we are Californians at heart.
Yes,
and we have relocated to Texas. I wanted to ask if we have, for Not Like Us, do we have a say, or do we have a reason to acknowledge, or not allowance to acknowledge the goings on in pop and Texas culture?
All right. Yes and no. I think especially for somebody in your shoes and like what your occupation is, definitely yes.
Well, how's that? Because the reason why we say this, they not like us, because a lot of stuff that they do,
that's true,
we don't agree with.
That's
we be
true.
Like,
very true.
What?
So I personally tend to stray away from it. Like I typically do, because there's a heightened level of sensitivity when people take ownership over shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so I tend to stay away from it because, for one, I don't want to sound like brash, but I don't really care. And two, I don't have a horse in that race. So I can speak my opinion when I see shit, but I don't necessarily, like, I'm not emotionally tied to anything.
Speaking your opinion, even when you see shit, they'll still be like, oh, well,
right.
You're not from here, so
right.
You ain't got no say.
Which you can feel that way, but I'm also a firm believer of anything that you put in the court of public opinion can be spoken to or critiqued by anyone that witnesses it. So yes, I may not be from here, but if you're releasing something that you want people to consume, most artists do like a critique or to know what people think. You only want people that's from where you're from to have an opinion of you. That and that's kind of where I would think about it at, from my perspective. Like, would you like somebody with an unbiased perspective to give you an opinion, or do you want it to just be the people that you know or know you, or people that think like you? So I would say we have a right to do so. But I still, if asked, yeah, but I'm probably not gonna like have a focus group on like the top rapper in Dallas. I really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because like I see so much shit on a regular basis, I think
it's a lot of people are misconstrued on what a lot of people are misconstrued on what it is to consider who is the top, who is the best, who is the greatest, who is the most iconic. Like, it's levels to all this. But I feel like people that feel like they are entitled to give their opinion based on whatever merits that they have are often wrong.
Right. Because
that's not how it works. Just on a broad, not a broad scale, but on a generalized scale, that's not how you determine something.
Right.
Like, but I feel like that now that we have social media as a platform that allows you to say whatever you want to say, and whoever wants to believe it believes it, is why I feel like even though we're not from here, we should still be allowed to give our 2 cents.
Right, you're qualified. Regardless of where I am from, I'm still I feel like I'm qualified enough to give it if need be. But it's been certain topics that I stray away from, like certain things that I see, and like even though I feel a certain way about it, my opinion may not be what that person wants to hear. And so and then I only offer it if you ask me. So if I see a conversation about, take for instance like the Mo3 Yella Beezy shit, I don't see any wrong, or I can't place any wrong on either one of those guys. Y'all played the hip hop game. This is how the hip hop game works. If I just remove the names and where y'all from, the story turned out pretty typical, pretty standard. And so that's why I don't get involved in those things, because I wasn't a fan of either before. I listen to the music, I can see what they doing and appreciate the craft. But like I don't, and I say that about people like Kendrick. I'm always gonna have a specific affinity for Kendrick Lamar and what they do, because he's from my city. You see what I'm saying? And so when we have a conversation about that, you're never going to get me to say anything. Hell, I got niggas that's a part of his entourage and that tour with him on my social medias. So what I look like getting up here and saying some stupid shit. You see what I'm saying? And so that's kind of how I see it. You're going to have your affinities and things that you're biased towards.
Are we allowing, okay, but so, and then here's the other fact of it, being that they not like us. Are we allowing them to, because other people see that are coming up, other people that want to be in the positions that they are, that these people that, you know, voice their opinion are, and our opinion on the people that they're talking about, they want to be where that artist is, or they want to be where that public figure is, or whatnot. Like, now, being that we're not from here, and obviously we could tell you like what it is that takes for you to get to that point, not listening to what you've heard or whatever. Like, does that mean now that we should do this? We should be entitled to say something?
Yeah, I feel like there's a certain obligation for us to, if we are, because what we do is, and I can speak for me and you as far as like my observation wise, we are tied to a lot of people from this area. Like if artists in general, like just think about it. If you roll through your phone and scroll through your contacts, you're gonna come across at least 100 motherfuckers from out here that you deal with in music alone, and that's at minimum. And so, you know, having people on and interviewing them or writing an article about them, or like, I can't have every opinion be positive. So if you don't want it, then you can't be able, like, don't reach out to me and want to do a promotional interview, but then you don't want me to like tell you that your album don't sound good when it come out, man. Or you not the hottest because based on these stats or based on this, you're not, whatever criteria that I fucking choose. If it's my list, it's my list. That shit is weird. It's funny how I've seen plenty of people do interviews and they'll be like naming out the hottest artists. Or they'll say the best rapper, or we'll just use rapper as an example. They'll say, oh, this person is the best rapper because they have the hottest song. You'd be like, that's not what that's not how you determine. That's not how you determine. Well, because the mainstream version of best always equates to like a transactional thing. Is based on like statistically this is the best, because the most people are listening to it, but 10 times out of 10 the best rapper from your state, you probably never heard of him, or if you have heard of him, he's not nowhere nearly as big as the mainstream artist in that place. Like, you probably, it's a respect thing at that point. Like, we can name 10 niggas right now that's in Dallas that go hard as far as rapping goes, but they'll never probably reach the levels of a Yella Beezy or a Big X the Plug or a Zillionaire Doe or a Montana 700 or, you know, any of the people that have already reached that. Yeah, we gonna not bring old Posty up. Erykah Badu at that. Yeah, Erykah Badu. Leave White Jesus out of this. Don't bring up White Jesus again. That's Post Malone, okay? But no, so you know, that's the other part of it, bro. Like, we don't have to like discuss it in a manner that's like negative. But we do need to discuss it, you know, in order for people to not only feel like...
Or clarify. Do we just need to clarify and be like, hey, look, let me tell y'all this. This is not how you determine something, or this is not who they say they are. Right. This isn't the person. This is the person that is who you guys are. Yeah. I
think we need more of that. I think there's a healthy balance to be able to say, these are the people that's doing it, that's killing it, that you see, that's visible, and then here are the people that you should be paying attention to. You know what I mean? Like if your taste is eclectic enough and you feel like you're looking for something different than the norm, then there's this group of people. And I feel like most artists don't like being in that group of people. Right. They rather be over here with these niggas, but you don't have the star qualities. That's another point. Y'all niggas got to realize, and if you got people on your team that's talking to you, if you don't have star quality, then adjust your goals a little bit. Like, you shouldn't be practicing Michael Jordan shots. No, bro. Like, that's not you. You may be Bradley Beal. Stop practicing 3-pointers at the buzzer and get your mid-range game together. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we need to have conversations like that to where we being realistic with people about who they are. Because I be asking niggas, a question that I ask a lot of artists, bro, is regardless how old they are, when they come in here, they'll sit there and I'll ask them, do you still have the aspirations to be a rap star? And think about what I mean when I say rap star. I'm not talking about a nigga that's just putting bars together and putting music out. I mean to be a star in rap music. Do you still have the urge to do? Do you want to be a
rap star, or do you want to be something bigger than that?
Right.
That's what would say.
Because if you still aspiring,
they want to be. They just like, hey, I just want to make money.
I just want to make money.
I don't give a fuck about music.
Right. And so, being a star or becoming a star requires so much more than I see niggas be willing to put in when it comes to this shit. Yeah. Because I didn't see niggas doing shit that, like, I've seen niggas pay to be on tours just to get the opportunity to present themselves in front of artists, taking time off work, away from their families to do this shit, going to other states without a plan.
Yeah, but I see that's one thing too. Like, so like you said, you see artists doing all that, but do you ever ask them like, hey, what do you want your musical legacy to be? Because like, okay, they're doing all that to build a name for themselves to be recognized or whatever. But then you go listen to their music and you be like, all right, this ain't.
So you feel like they're not putting enough effort into the actual.
I feel like they're not focusing on the craft. No,
instead of
they more
grind.
Focused on, okay, the music is the fuel to get me on top, but I'm not thinking about the longevity of it. I'm not making albums that are going to stand the test of time. I'm not making those types of music. Right. I'm just making music right now because I'm making what's hot. Like, I need to make something that's hot that people gonna listen to. Like, even we going back to Yella. Like, Yella made that's on me, right? Mm-hmm. That is a classic song that's gonna stand the test of time. Right. For Texas music, Texas hip hop, whatever you want to call it. Agreed. It's a song that's gonna stand the test of time.
It did what it was supposed to do.
You got another song. You got that song, but I guarantee you can't name probably 3 Yella Beezy albums.
Probably not.
No, you can't. And then being like, okay, but would you consider them albums classics, or would you consider them albums like timeless music? And it's not his fault. Obviously, he makes music, and it's more for the people to be determining if
right.
But this nigga gonna have to perform "That's on Me" every time he come out, every time he step outside, because that's what people want to hear from
each time.
And kudos to that. That is something you have succeeded. You won the game.
That's what you were supposed to do.
You did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So. Big extra plug even for him. He gonna have to do Texas for the rest of his life.
No, that's a good point though. I think that I don't know. I think that a lot of artists get caught up in like the persona of being an artist, and they kind of miss out on certain aspects of the shit that, like, do you want to be a flash in the pan, or do you want to be something that withstands the test of time based on your work?
Do you want to be DSR? Or do you want to be Dero DSR? Do you want to be Yella Beezy? Do you want to be Trap Boy Freddy? Because
there's varying levels of it.
They got songs that obviously stand the test of time.
Right.
Right. Do you want to be these artists, or do you want to be, for right now, do you want to be a Zillionaire Doe, Montana 700, who got hot songs right now that you don't know if they're going to stand the test of time yet? You don't know if these songs are going to be as popular or still requested in the next 10 years because these guys are still starting out or barely starting out. Or fuck it, man, Post Malone, White Iverson. Congratulations. Like, he gonna be performing them for the rest of his life.
Forever.
Erykah Badu, she gonna be performing. I don't even know if you can consider Erykah Badu in this category because look, man, she came out already past the stratosphere.
Yeah, she's an anomaly within itself.
So
anytime you're credited with creating a genre of music, which would be neo soul, I think that you kind of have stamped yourself as
you were beyond your reason.
Yeah, no, you can't really put her in that kind. No, but I think that there will be a time, and I think that what we provide is the opportunity for artists to be taken serious. Now, once you are in the realm of people being able to take you serious, are you willing to accept the criticisms that come along with it?
Or does being from the outside make it where we have a valid criticism?
Oh, I believe that wholeheartedly.
So that's what it is. Okay, so being
if
that
I'm listening with a clean slate, blank heart, I'm not thinking about where you come from, who you went to school with.
Right.
Like if I knew you when you was on your way up, because all that shit it'll kind of tarnish what you're supposed to be looking at. Yeah, I feel like being from another place
makes us the best.
Yeah, I feel that way. Because if you think about it, and this is just me being honest, I think the stigma of a lot of people that say if you work for the Dallas Observer, you're from Dallas, you grew up around a certain group of artists.
Right.
So now of course you're going to look out for them. But in your heart of hearts, you may love an artist from somewhere else. You probably don't even listen to a lot of this shit all the time. But being that you're in the midst of it, because I have seen this happen, your loyalty lies with these people that you know, so you push and promote that, which is also fine. I'm not mad at that, but I'm not gonna act like we're not gonna act like we don't see it because we see it. We know it goes on. Like, but no, I do think that we do hold a unique perspective based on what we're and how we're looking at it. But y'all niggas stop being sensitive out there. That's what it boils down to.
Right.
I don't give a fuck how you feel.
Said, man,
just push your art, bro, and like do it in a way that's conducive to success. Focus
on being legendary, man. Focus on that. Don't worry about being hot. Just focus on being legendary.
And don't plan shit based on what you've seen in the past. You can't form who you are based on somebody else. Like anything. I can't look at the way Jay-Z came up and be like, that's the way I'm gonna do it. It's impossible. Everything is based on timing. Everything is based on opportunity. And so you need to base what you're doing around the opportunities that present themselves to you. Don't think anything is too small or too big. Like whatever's offered to you, just make sure you fucking kill it every single time. Like that's the only requirement. Kill whatever that's brought to you and you'll see a difference. If you half-ass it, you're going to get those results. Like that's how life works. Not even just music that's just how life works. Like go hard or go home.
Go hard or go home with it.
Anything else for the people before we get out of here, my brother?
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that conversation we was having before about ageism. In culture. Just look, man, y'all. It's becoming more and more acceptable now for this age gap shit. So. Yeah,
kicking them out the baby pen, huh?
Man, it's 60 dating 20s, and
there's no love involved though.
Nah, I
don't think so.
Nah.
No, it's all for.
You know what? It might.
It's always transactional.
Yeah, you think so? You think it's always transactional?
If a young woman is messing with this old man, he's giving her something. It ain't just because you got to think about it, bro. When we were younger. Like, we dealt with females that were dealing with older niggas. At least I know I did. Yeah. And so it was never like, oh, I'm with him because I'm in love with.
I mean, I wanted to date older girls too, but like not
that much older. Nah. And that's what I'm saying. You can't be. What's the physical attraction to this? Like, what are you getting out of this old ass person? Like, and you in your 20s. So you around all your peers and shit growing up. You go to school. You got people your age that you see that you're naturally attracted to, but you choose this man that's 40 years older than you. There's an ulterior motive there. And if it is, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Depending on the age gap, whatever you want to do is up to you. I just couldn't see it. There's the age gap, the personality difference within that age gap, like the cultural differences in that age gap, what we used to and how we speak, and it's just I've always been the type to chase after older women. Though. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's always been one of my things.
What happened to the age limit though? Remember, people was like, like it was a cutoff. Now it's like I done blew that out the water. Hey.
That cutoff was an imaginary line. Niggas was still out here stepping over it. Niggas was still scoping out the high schools.
Hey,
like, and so what they did was,
look. I remember being in junior high school and trying to talk to girls in junior high, and the dudes would pull up after school
from high school,
from either high school or from the nearby hood in the ride, get the girl that you like the most and put them in the car.
And that was not their
never
cousin.
See them again.
Wasn't they cousins or uncles? Okay,
that was not their cousin or uncles. They was taking them back.
No, I think there's also a deeper issue within that though. I think that men who go after younger women a lot, if it's about
control, maybe
it's control.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas is in their second childhood, in the great words of Nasir Jones. So like niggas couldn't get them when they were younger. You get older and now you got a little money or something. Now that's what you after. I know that's a part of it too.
It was definitely the money, because I know
there's some inadequacies in there, bro.
I knew a couple dudes from high school that was dating older women, and it was because they had the bread.
Oh yeah, I've been on that. I've been on that path.
Yeah,
yeah. But men are definitely different because, and I said this the other day, and it was a joke that I was making, but what I said was, if you've ever watched a girl grow into a woman, you knew a woman since she was a little girl, don't tell that woman how fine she is right now. If you were an adult and she was a little girl and you seen her grow up, do not tell her that she grew into a fine woman.
That's creepy.
That's creepy as fuck. And so that's those are the people that we talking about here. Like when you think about it, because niggas wait and pray. Like they'll pray on. So when you say the age limit was only like this gray area that niggas was like, oh, I'm gonna wait till you 18, but I've been watching you since you was 14, looking ass. Like, and so that's the mindset that you thinking of when you talking about these people. I see it so differently now with daughters, bro. Like I don't even.
Oh yeah.
My daughters are 13.
Would you do that if your daughter came home with not even I ain't even gonna say now. What would you do if your daughter came home with an older boy? But say your daughter is in her 20s and she come home with a dude in his 40s and 40s. Let's just say 40s, because she in her 20s. Let's say 40s. Like she come home to you and be like, "Hey, Pops, this is."
We're gonna lay out what it is. And we're gonna be honest about what it is, and we gotta have a conversation with him. Like, what's going on with you, bro? Like, why you couldn't find a nice little boy that was your age, nice young man your age? Like, why you
find a little 30-year-old?
Like, get out of here, bro. Like, that shit is weird to me, bro. And like,
what if your daughter tell you, "Hey, look, he established, he well off, he got security. That's what I'm looking for, Dad. Yeah, that's what I'm chasing after."
Yeah. And he's not after the same thing. He's not. And maybe you have some people that are. It just seems like a very like creepy mindset to have. And like, you just gotta watch niggas, man. Like, we take a lot of stuff lightly, and like we see things happen and we be like, damn, he just like young women. But there's something else there, bro. It's something else there. Like, if I'm 60 years old and you're 20, think about that, bro.
You're after my social security.
When I was 40, you were born.
Right.
You were born when I was 40.
Right. Which makes it even more creepier if you think back that far. I was always the person I was like, if you younger than my sister, I ain't fucking
Facts.
with you.
That's always been a rule of mine.
If you younger than my sister, I can't fuck with you.
And I just always, bro, I've been in the street a long time, bro. Like, I've been out of my mother's house a long time. Like, since I was like 15 or 16 years old, right? So there was nothing that nobody my age could teach me or show me to help me advance in life. Every time I dealt with an older woman, now, my wife now, we're the same age. So that, we gradually got to that.
You went into that looking for somebody around that age. You wasn't like, hey, let me
because
see
of
what
the
these 20s
downsides,
is looking like.
Because of the downside of chasing after older women. So I used to, for that insight to look into, but once I felt like I gained enough game from them and I felt like I was more advanced than anybody my age. Right. Like, girl, you can't tell me nothing. Like, what are you gonna tell me? Like, I'm 18, 19 and I'm dealing with somebody that's 26, 27. Right. I'm winning right now. Like, cause she showing me shit you can't show me. She telling me shit you ain't telling me. Like, I get around you and it's all shits and giggles, which is cool.
She over here making a home cook meal.
Right, she put me on game. And so, but like, as I got older, of course, now it's like shit. That was a lot more controlling. Man. You know what I'm saying? Stuck in their ways. The reason why they were dealing with somebody that was younger than them was because they had shit going on with them that the niggas they age realized and didn't want to deal with. And I'm just young and excited and you kind of fine, so I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a two-way street and I understand that, but like, men, stop being so fucking creepy. And I mean that across the board.
You gotta say women gotta stop being. Look, that. Women in these streets now, they on the news getting popped and getting arrested too.
Nah, you know what I've been seeing a lot though is these women that are fed up with whatever's going on and like killing their ex. Or I'm seeing a lot of women showing up at niggas' places of business. Or the one dude that she showed up at the damn barbershop in Smoke Grove in Arlington. It's a lot like people.
Y'all better stop playing.
Stop playing with people's emotions, bro. And you never know what pushes somebody over the limit.
People way more unstable now than what it was back then.
Man, this lady showed up to the barbershop and shot this man in the chair.
In the chair with everybody.
I don't care who's here, nigga. You think you safe?
Man.
So, you got to watch what you're doing, man. But I do agree it works both ways. I think, and this is going to sound bad, but I need my ladies out there to stop being so gullible. When these niggas show you who they are, just take it for face value. Take it for face value. Like, you'll know if a nigga ain't shit in the first week or two. There are certain signs to watch for. And vice versa, men. There are signs that you watch for. Stop being so fucking horny. You can't fuck everybody. I'm gonna look at the camera and say it. You can't fuck everybody.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
You see what I'm saying?
You shouldn't. But if you gonna try, please be protected.
Please be protected and please be willing to go
if you gonna and try.
Understand, go along with whatever comes along with that. If because
you gonna try.
When you trying to fuck everybody, you dealing with all the bullshit that comes along with it.
Yeah, man. Y'all gotta realize you're not just dealing with their body, you dealing with they mental, they soul, everything, boy.
Yeah, it's not the same, bro. Like, we just live in a different time zone, and like we live in a different time and era, and we have to be more mindful of the decisions that we make when it comes to this, because I know at my age ain't nobody playing around. You know, when we was younger, you could play around with females and you deal with her homegirl and fuck around. We had this little on again, off again. Nigga, now at the age I'm in my late 30s, a single man out here dealing with a woman in her 30s that's looking to settle down and start a family.
Trying to be single in your 30s is. Trying to be single in your 30s is a hassle.
Trying to be single and play around with people's time and emotions is crazy.
Yeah.
So, whatever you get from that,
this is not college. This is not.
Let that dream go. You missed your era. I'm sorry. You missed it.
If you didn't have one for every day of the week in college,
Yo bad.
You didn't do it right. So
definitely, man.
I feel like you need to put that whole past. Stop trying to relive your past at that. Man. Stop
you
trying
can't
to
do it.
Stop trying to relive it.
No, you're not the you once was either way. Trust me when I tell you. Man, you were soon to find out.
Throw your back out trying to
facts.
Over here trying to figure out why you taking all these pills, trying to keep
for real. Listen, leave them gas station pills alone. Y'all niggas gonna have a heart attack. If it don't work, bro.
You say you gonna be like Malcolm X? How he died? He died on top of me.
You finna fucking have a heart attack. Like, you need to go figure out what's wrong with you mentally. That's why it ain't working, nigga. It's not them pills. It's something in your mind. Get that childhood trauma out of there. Get that whatever it is that's going on inside of you that's causing you not to be able to perform. Sometimes it's in your head. It ain't them pills, y'all. I'm telling you. Anyway, man, it's your boy Caution, Mr. 700. My brother Bryson Boompaw.
Already not like us.
Y'all know what this is, man.
Already know.
Not like us. Do us a favor, like, share, subscribe. We do pretty well on the clips. Y'all do a lot of showing love on there, but hit the actual vid. Yeah. Watch the long form. Toss us some topics if you feel like, you want to see what we need to talk about. If we need to interview somebody, make sure it's worth it though. Because this is what I'm gonna start doing.
It's gonna be a real interview.
When you come up, we're not soliciting for interviews. Fuck that. This is not the type of show where we looking for artists to come up here and promote your new album that you're not gonna promote your new album on. This ain't for that.
It's not even artists. Shit, we had attorneys. And
that's what I'm saying.
Judge. We had just social.
So we want to keep it to that. Let's keep it to the people that speak on these.
We want the culture to come through and air out they topics.
Listen, I told y'all a long time ago, this is a safe space for our media friends and those alike.
Fuck it, it's Cali versus Texas. Let's go. That's what we finna be on some skeptic shit. I feel like we got a better culture going on, man. A better cultural argument. Let's get it. Texas versus Cali. Let's see.
Who want to argue? Who want to make this argument?
Who want to talk about it?
Yeah, we'll see, man. Well, listen, y'all take it easy out there. Peace.